my goodness. Oh, sorry, started yawning before I made the video, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my top games of the year. For this list, I'm doing 6 games plus 3 number 1s, just because I want to do it like that. Now, the first game on the list, which is AK number 6, is WrestleQuest. Now, WrestleQuest, I played a little bit of my channel. Pretty good game, fun little RPG game with lots of wrestling references that I was a big fan of. The story is cool, could be a little bit better, but fun. But overall, this is a fun, nostalgic game that if anyone likes 80s/90s wrestling, they would enjoy WrestleQuest. Basically all the games that I have in my top 10 are either 9 or 10s. I or no, sorry, not 9 or 10s. They're usually 7, 8s, or 9s. I don't believe in a perfect 10 out of 10, but I'll give WrestleQuest like a 7.2 out of 10 for this year. All right, next game. Just hold on here. Next up is Dead Space. Dead Space, the remake of the original one. This is the earliest game of on the list. Not well, I don't know, because one of my games on here is an expansion, so I can't really say anything about that. But Dead Space is better than WrestleQuest. Dead Space I gave I think a 7.5 or 7.4 out of 10. Amazing game this was. It's like the original Dead Space, but even better because they added more stuff into this game, including a new game plus to this with a brand new ending. And I just find the gameplay is better on this than the original. Better shooting. The music's kind of like the same, but more scarier. Plot's the same as the original, but that new game plus stuff added in it makes it even cooler. And plus, with some of the more harder parts of the original, they changed it. For example, the part where you gotta jump in like a turret and shoot uh, asteroids out of the air, they changed it to where instead of you controlling the turret itself and shooting everything, you use stasis on the turret, and it will shoot itself at the asteroid, which is pretty good. I like that with it being that way. Makes it a lot more simpler and easy to get through. But there you go, Dead Space is here at number 5, so there's Dead Space. Okay, next game up is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This I'll give a 7.6 or 7.5 out of 10. Very good game, better than the original. Original's a good game, of course. Jedi Fallen Order, but Jedi Survivor, more fun game than Fallen Order. It's an easier game to pick up and play than Fallen Order, just because if you play the original, you know what to do in it. I find the story's better in this game. The planets are better, and it's a lot of fun just to jump into the game and do what you want, no matter what planet you want. And there's a lot of cool new aspects like force challenges and these new abilities you can get, like going through laser walls and cutting through a lot of stuff. Like, this is a really cool game. It's a lot of fun to play, good story, and great characters in that Star Wars universe. So there's Star Wars at 5. Alright, so at 4, well, really 3. eh, It's mainly 3. Blasphemous 2 came out earlier in the year. Just in August. This is a pretty good game. It's like the original. It's kind of like a Metroid action game. That's what this is basically. It's like a Metroid action game with a really good challenge. It's the sequel to the original Blasphemous, which the original Blasphemous is pretty good. I really enjoyed the first Blasphemous, and so of course, since I like the original, the sequel to it's even better than it. I had a blast playing this game. The music's better, the combat's better, having the double jump earlier than usual is better. And I mean, this game was a blast. Think of it like Metroid, but like harder and a sick weapon ability and sick bonuses and weapons and magic. So fun, and the story's amazing for this game. So hats off to Team 17, the Game Kitchen, for making this game. I mean, there's hardly any marketing for this game, and look what it pulled out. This game was great. And plus, if you do want to play this game, and most of the games on this list, they are all on sale at the moment, except for Baldur's Gate 3. Everything else is all on sale if you have an Xbox. You know, their countdown sale. Okay, so now we're getting into the game that people will say is not a game of 2023, but this is an expansion. Plus, this is my list, so suck it. Uh, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty slash Update 2.0. What a game. I mean, look at what Cyberpunk has done over the last couple of years. They added a brand new update to the game, and it's changed its how the game is looked upon forever. What a game Cyberpunk 2077 has turned into. It's so much fun to play with an amazing story, and then you had this DLC added to the game. A one of, in my opinion, one of the greatest DLCs in the history of video games. I mean, they knocked it straight out of the park in this DLC with what they've added to the game, what is used in the game, the stories, the abilities. Amazing. And the characters are top tier in this Phantom Liberty DLC. I'm not going to spoil it, but the everything, including the new district they added to the game, is amazing. And they even added 30 brand new levels into the game. You can cap out at level 30 in the original, but with the DLC, it's all the way up to 60. And they even added vehicle combat into the DLC, which is even cooler. And you can get a brand new ending for beating the game thanks to playing this DLC. You get a brand new ending, which is incredible. It also has one of the best gaming performances of 2023 with Idris Elba in this. But anyway, that's Cyberpunk 2077, and now we get to my top 3 games of the year, which are all, in my opinion, number 1 games of the year. But I'll start with my 1C, and that is Resident Evil 4 Remake. What a game! The original Resident Evil 4 was fun and awesome, and this game improves on Resident Evil 4. It's better to play. The music is better. The character design is better. The action in this is better. And it plays along with it perfectly. And the missions are cooler and better and more fun. Not only that, I just feel like the newer stuff they add in the game with how they deal with treasures, how you buy stuff, how to defeat enemies are cooler in this game. So Resident Evil 4, the remake, turns a original game that's amazing into an even better game. This is where we get into like the 9 territories. Like I would give Cyberpunk's DLC as DLC itself, it's like a 10 for DLCs, but as a game on its own, it's like an 8.4. But yeah, Resident Evil 4 is definitely like an 8.99 type of game here. So that's Resident Evil 4. And they also added a DLC to it, but that's Resident Evil 4. Now we get to 1B. Now, the difference between 1B and 1A is night and day. I mean, there's days where I prefer one game over the other, and there's days where I prefer the other one over the other. But for 1B, it's Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, what a game. A game that's it feels like it's transformed gaming itself. That's basically what it is. This is one of those types of games that make AAA companies like EA, Activision, 2K, Blizzard, those types of studios. This is a type of game that punches those studios in the face and tells them to do a better job. For a game that's about turn-based action, a turn-based RPG game, and a game that just came out on Xbox earlier in this month, it's taken the gaming world by storm, It is a fun game to play despite difficulty people can have in the game. So many different outcomes, so many different endings, ways to interact in the game, the classes, companions, storylines, characters, quests, side missions, main story. This game just feels like it has it all. But it's beaten by, in my opinion, one game. Baldur's Gate, I'll give a 9 or 9.12, and then we come to my game of the year. And what a game it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Alan Wake 2. This is a game I've been waiting for since I beat the original Alan Wake. And man, alive, did they ever deliver. And then some. The original Alan Wake was a pretty good game, but Alan Wake 2 crushes it into the ground with how amazing this game turned out. The story is top tier, one of the best stories I played in a long time. Combat is like Resident Evil, but cooler. The story narrative and pacing is top tier. The environments are amazing. The enemies are cool. The two campaigns that link into each other at the end of it are really cool, are really fun to play. And so are the main characters. All the characters in this game have a purpose and are all great characters. And for many of those reasons, it's why Alan Wake 2 is my favorite game of the year. Even though that there's been some amazing games that I didn't get to play in 2024, which are games like Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man 2. I didn't get the chance to play those, or Final Fantasy 16. I didn't get the chance to play those. But Alan Wake 2, my game of the year. It also came pretty close to winning Game of the Year at the Game Awards too. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this my top favorite games of the year. I hope you enjoy. Next video, I don't know what the next video will be, but you know what? Always stay tuned and find out. We'll see you next time.